Jeff Hardy has finally resolved his DUI case dating back to June 2022. It was closed on Thursday prior to record this, about 4 or 5 days ago, after he submitted a written plea of nolo contendere to all charges. Hardy's license will be suspended for the next decade, and he will get 38 days credit for the time served in county jail that he's already served. As part of his sentence, nolo contendere is where a defendant agrees to accept punishment but does not accept or he doesn't accept or deny responsibility for that. And
that's what a nolo contendere is. He doesn't accept responsibility.
You don't deny, or
it's no contest is what it means.
Yeah, no contest, exactly. So I'll tell you exactly what he got. 38 days in county jail, but it was credited to the time he already spent there. 2 years probation, $4,586 in fines and court fees, a 10-year suspension of his license, 2 years with an interlock device and 90-day vehicle impoundment, court-mandated DUI school or drug rehab program, and community service.
I don't like it. Well, when I read that, I was disappointed. And the reason being is this. Yeah, he served 38 days in jail. Okay, I got that. But how many times has he had DUIs before? How many times in Florida? 7? 8 times? Maybe not in the state of Florida. But he says 7 or 8 times. That's habitual behavior. And he is a habitual offender, which means that at one point, sometime in the future, if he continues his behavior that he has exhibited up to now, he's going to drive again, and he's going to drink and drive. Prison, I think people have the wrong idea about prison. Prison is for punishment and rehab, I guess. But what prison is really for is to protect us. If you put him in prison, that means he can't get to a car, and he can't go out on the highway, and he can't go to a liquor store or a beer store and buy beer or liquor that makes him drunk. And when he gets to drinking, he's going to drive. And it's going to continue on till he eventually really kills somebody else or himself. And I think he should have gotten at least a year out of this charge. He should have got 3 years, and with probation and good time served and all that, that would have been a year. I think he needs to be taken out of circulation for at least a year. Basically, based on his habitual behavior in the past, the only way we can protect ourselves is to put him away forever. But you can't do that. So now and I like Jeff. He's never done anything wrong to me. He just has a bad habit. But if you have a bad habit, you have to protect him from it too. But while you're protecting him, please protect us. Because, and I have a personal interest in this because my granddaughter was killed by a drunk, doped up driver and she was killed at 16. And we got a law passed in Tennessee. It's called Amelia's Law, where it's somebody that if they're arrested on DUI, they put on a bracelet or some kind of device that measures their alcohol content at any time. I don't know how they did that, but they can do that. So for habitual offenders, they do that in Tennessee now. And I'm sure if they may even require Jeff Hardy to wear one, even from the state of Florida, I don't know. But I think he needs a little more time just to serve notice that we're not playing with this. If it would have been a gun or anything else, oh yeah, they'd have threw him away for a long time. But since he's just out driving and everybody's does it, I asked, I went to the county, to the state capitol in Nashville, in Tennessee, and sat down with a couple of their senators. And they said, well, getting this. I said, listen, let me put it to you this way. You got to make it personal. If your granddaughter had been hit by the guy that hit my granddaughter and killed her and robbed her of the rest of her life, and me and her mother and her grandmother, you robbed us of seeing her too. I think you need to, does it have to happen to you to end up making it personal? And they looked at me like, because I had phrased it, I had couched the statement in personal terms, and they listened then. And I remember when they put it up, it passed unanimously in the Senate, and almost passed unanimously in the House, in the state legislature of Tennessee, which is what I wanted. So you got to protect, it may not hit your granddaughter. It could hit somebody you know, a family member, a little bitty kid, an old person. So that's what prison is for, is you got to protect us from them. I mean, he's been punished enough. They took his driver's license away. You think that's going to stop him? If he can get keys to a car, he'll go get in the car. I know they've impounded all his vehicles. Well, there's other vehicles. If he could get a key to another vehicle, he could go and drive that vehicle. So I'm kind of disappointed in the state. Now, this was in Florida, right?
Yeah, and that actually brings me to my next question. Tammy.
Which surprises me because Florida's usually an old bullshit state. I mean, they'll throw you in jail. So anyway, I think he dodged the bullet, or he did something. I don't know. But I think he should have got a little more. I was predicting 3 years for him. But anyway, and I like Jeff, but Jeff, somebody has to protect us, the people out paying the taxes. They got to protect us from people like you.
Mm-hmm. As you allude to, or I alluded to, Tammy Sitch also arrested in Florida, isn't she? I mean, now I'm wondering what she's going to get.
Well, I tell you what she needs. She killed somebody. He was just sitting in his car. And she just ran up at 40 or 50 miles an hour and hit him, I think, and killed him. And what I think she needs to get, I thought Hardy should have got 3 years. She should get 10, or at least 5. Can you imagine sitting in your car? And this could have been anybody. It could have been you, James, or anybody that happened to stop at that light. And she comes drunk and kills the guy. And how many times has she been arrested for DUI?
It must have been a dozen or something. Easy.
And how she keeps getting out and getting behind the wheel of a car. And that's the same thing Jeff's going to do. He may not do it next year, the year after. But within 10 years, he will break that rule. And I don't know if he'll get caught or not. But he will break that rule. I guarantee he'll break it. And if Sonny is let out, I guarantee she'll break it too. Because the law means nothing. If the law means nothing, you can just go in and break them at will. Who cares? And you say, well, if I do something, but they're not going to put me in jail, because Tammy don't have a damn pot to pee in anyway. So they can't take any money from her. They can't take a house. She doesn't have a house. She doesn't have anything. But she is a danger, just like Jeff. Now, I don't know if she was drunk or she was just doing drugs. It doesn't matter. She was still not sharp enough or alert enough to drive a car. And how can you just run up behind somebody? When you see a light's up there, if you're even paying attention, she could have passed out at the wheel. Who knows? But I think she's going to get time. And I like Sonny too, but that doesn't matter. I mean, I like my dog too, but if he attacked me, he's gone. But anyway, I don't agree with what Jeff got, and I may not agree with what Tammy gets.
Very briefly, AEW, should they cut him?
Do what?
Should AEW cut Jeff?
I would. Because he's a lightning rod. I mean, he's not worth. He needs to quit wrestling. Because I saw one of his last matches, he looked messed up. And when he's going to try to do some of these high moves, he's going to kill himself. I think he has a death wish anyway, to tell you the truth. Because how old is Jeff? He's 45, 46?
Something like that, yeah. I'll find out for you, in fact, now.
He's much too old to be doing those moves. And he's going to hurt himself.
He was born in 77, 45.
Okay. And if I was AEW, hey, it's not like the guy is going to go broke. He's got money. All those big years he had in WWE, and he didn't really spend his money on anything, like cars and houses and stuff. So, and he wasn't a gambler. So, what could he have spent his money on? He's got money. Jeff and Matt and Jeff both have money, but I think AEW, if they were wise, they would not sign him back. It's not that he's going to have any trouble. He can get independent bookings till the cows come home. He can get independent bookings till he's 60 years old. I don't care about them. But AEW being an established promotion, I think they send the wrong signal if they hire him back. And I mean, they can do what they want to do, just my opinion. So if I was Tony Khan, I'd say, well, Jeff, I love you to death, brother, but I just can't use you.